video 3 of 3, learning the lingo for affiliate marketing, part 2 of 2, video 3 of 3, common words and phrases. Sorry it's taken so long, but this has been a project, and I'm gonna find a faster way to do it, because I like doing the tutorials like this for you. But at any rate, this way you can play them back, over and over again, and learn something that, or write, in case you missed something in writing. Anyway, let's just move forward because this one has a few more slides. The first one on the list here is avatar, and we've heard this word in a lot of different ways, and it means a lot of different things. But in our industry, an avatar is your ideal customer in your given niche, okay? Who is your ideal buyer? And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because we've already talked really about, learning, to do keyword, well, we're going to talk about some more here, keyword searches. And once you start doing the keyword searches, you're going to start to realize, if you haven't already, like you yourself, who is going to be, not you, but who else is going to be interested in what you're promoting, or promoting. So basically, let's just move on to keywords, and we'll talk some more about that. A keyword, of course, is a word or a phrase that can be used to find you and your niche. So thinking like a consumer, when you're searching for something specific to either purchase or research, the words used in the search bar of Google are searchable words. Keywords and the usage of short and or long tail phrases are how the search engines will find you. So I gave an example here of a long-tailed keyword and a short-tailed keyword, so that you can understand the difference between the two. A long-tailed keyword, of course, is going to be a longer phrase that you use, especially in the search bar. And you can, play with this in your keyword searching, okay? Like, think about all the different ways that someone could search for you and find you, okay? And I promise you, by doing this and providing content in long and short-tailed keywords in your either blog or somehow on your website, this is going to rank you higher in Google, okay? So in this particular example that I gave you, how to make a pie crust from scratch, okay, that could be thought of as a long-tailed keyword search. Make a pie crust could be a short-tailed keyword search, and the keyword itself could be pie crust, okay? And I guarantee you, when you go and do these types of searches, you're going to still come up with all kinds of, thousands and thousands of pages of different things, mainly different websites, your competitors. This is a good way to do research for your niche before you even start writing about it. But you want to know every single possible way that someone can find you, and that's the best way to do it. Do it yourself. Go through all these different ways to search for whatever it is that you're promoting. And I'll tell you, the more specific you get and the deeper you go, and I know I've mentioned this before, the deeper you go with your research on this, the better off you're going to be, because you might find in your particular passion about something, you may find things that you have never known about before, or never even thought about before, that are related to your niche. And you may wind up finding other products that you can promote in that particular niche, okay? So this is why keyword searching is so important. And you can make it fun for yourself, just think like a consumer. Think like someone that would be interested, who would be interested in what it is that you're offering, okay? And this makes it a lot easier for you. And we're going to talk about targeted traffic for a minute. This is used a lot in affiliate marketing to describe your ideal buyers. Because once you have a clear picture of who your audience is, or your ideal avatar is, that's gonna help you in targeting traffic to those particular people. And targeted traffic is also referred to as like tier 1 or tier 2 traffic. And when you're purchasing solo ads, you may come across solo ad providers who list what countries their traffic is coming from. Tier 1 traffic is truly considered highest quality traffic, number one. Number two, it's going to be traffic that is English speaking. Going to countries, top tier traffic right now, the four that I've got listed here, the four English speaking countries are primarily for tier 1 traffic are US, Canada, UK, and Australia. And I believe New Zealand is added to that list as well. So understand this: when you're putting together a solo ad to send out, and we talked about this earlier with your creative or your destination URL being your creative, your ad, you're going to have an email that's going to be written in English, and you want people to understand the written form of English so that you're not sending to and I've done this. I actually spent a lot of money on an ad at one point where some of it was targeted and some of it was tier 1, but they were sending the network that I went with actually was just promoting it everywhere in the world. And that's not always a good thing. I mean, there are a lot of English speaking countries out there, don't get me wrong, but they're not considered tier 1 because, one, unless they're avid buyers, they're not considered quality traffic anyway. And number two, if they cannot understand perfectly well what they're reading, they're not going to click on your link. They're not even going to be interested in what you're offering because they really don't know what they're reading. You know what I mean? So targeted traffic is really geared toward your ideal buyers. And once again, we're going back to your solo ad provider research. Do diligence on researching solo ad providers, and even after researching them, it's not always going to be your conversions may not always be what you want them to be because of several different factors, one of them being your ad itself. If you haven't done a split test on your ad to find out which one works better, that could be, it could all fall down on you, and not the solo ad provider or the traffic network. So just be aware of these things, that these tier 1 and tier 2 traffic are considered the highest quality traffic you can buy from another solo ad provider, and that solo ad provider is basically providing you his list to use, and he's doing like a broadcast email, and he's sending out only to his list. And like I said, if you don't know how his list is aggregated, and you don't know what he's been he or she, I should say, is what they've been selling to, you don't know how many times this list has been hit up with other offers. So be very leery and be very cautious about that, okay? I tend to go with traffic from traffic networks that are established and have good not only good rates, but they have targeted traffic, okay, for my particular niche. So do your research on that, and you can always just type into Google and see what comes up with targeted traffic for your particular niche, okay? We've got landing page, squeeze page, opt-in page, sales page, lead capture page. These are all one and the same. I mean, they're all terms that are used to mean the same thing. And I say interchangeably because it's just basically the page that you create for your offer that your prospects will see and take action on, and have your call to action above the fold. The primary goal with this page is to, of course, gain their name and email, primarily to be added to your list. Nowadays, you must be offering something of value in exchange for their information. So it's used as the first page in a sales funnel. And we'll talk about sales funnels a little bit later on, but basically, the landing page is going to be the very first thing they see in most cases, unless you're sending out like a solo ad and they're seeing the email first, in which case they'll be clicking on the link to your landing page or opt-in page or squeeze page. Until you get familiar with these and learn, you have software that you can use that you know how to use well. Typically, you're going to be using whatever your affiliate network provides you in the way of a link, okay, that you will add to your email if it's a solo ad. And you can look through your affiliate tools. Even in traffic exchanges, they have all kinds of, under affiliate tools, they have all kinds of splashes. Some of them will call splash pages. That's another one that should be up there. Splash page is also considered a landing page. But at any rate, when you're using these, be aware of the fact that you're going to wind up being able to, excuse me, you're going to wind up being able to convert more if you have a lead magnet, which is what I'm going to talk about now, that that is something that you're offering in exchange for the prospect's information, okay? And this could be in the form of an ebook, a written report done in an easy to download PDF format that contains valuable information. And by valuable information, I mean something that really pertains to your niche that can help people understand, or let's say you're doing something in, like the pie crust, that's a good example. Something of value might be, what type of rolling pin that you should use when you're making a two pie crust pie, something like that. And this is something that's not being offered by any other marketer out there, okay? So be attuned to this. Also, I'm gonna say this, but be aware of the fact that a lot of them have been passed around a lot. You can Google free ebooks online and free reports, free PDF reports online, and see what Google comes up with, because there's a lot of stuff out there that's free that other people have just donated in the way of done with them ebooks and PDF formats. So if you can provide something of value in return, and especially on your on your website, in my case, I offer a newsletter to subscribe to get my blog posts in case they miss something. So I gain subscribers that way, and that newsletter will turn into a very valuable document that I will send out once a week to my subscribers and my prospects, because that will add more value to my particular niche that I'm giving them for free, okay? And a lot of people like free things, and they like to learn, how to do things freely without having to spend a lot of money to do it. Okay, moving on, single opt-in versus double opt-in. Well, there is some controversy out there about that. I'm not going to lie about that, but in keeping it simple, know that if your opt-in page just captures the prospect's name and email, they receive a confirmation email and are immediately taken to the destination that is a single opt-in. Okay? In other words, you're not just capturing their name and email, you're sending them directly to the destination URL. Okay? That's a single opt-in. Now, when they receive a confirmation email and they have to click on a link to confirm that they did in fact opt in, which is in most cases that's what's going to happen. In fact, all cases, because it's a policy with autoresponders that they make sure you're not spamming anyone. Okay, you don't want to be spamming, and they don't want you to be spamming anyone. So they want to, make sure that you have in fact gained the prospect's name and email legitimately, and that person has definitely opted in to receive a confirmation email. Now, there's several ways that you can do this, but I typically, as soon as they opt into my list, I have a thank you page that I send them to that contains the destination URL on it. So what's happening here in a double opt-in is they're giving you their name and email, they're opting into your list, and then they're getting a confirmation email, and they're clicking on the confirmation link in the email, and then they're receiving your thank you page or your email, whatever you're doing to send them to the destination URL, in which they're having to click on another link. So it's like they have to click on two different links. One, the confirmation email link, and then two, the destination URL link. So that's considered a double opt-in. And I have no problem at all with double opt-ins, and I'll tell you why. The first and foremost thing that you should be doing in your business is building it by building your list. The more people you have on your list, the higher your, weekly, monthly income is going to be, right? Okay, so digital versus physical products. It wasn't really all that long ago where everything was physical products. If you ordered let's say a software package, you'd get it in the mail in the form of CDs, and you'd have to, put them in your computer one by one and hit run and wait for the screen to change and ask for the second, I'm going way back and I'm dating myself here, but basically what this means for us as affiliate marketers nowadays is that digital products are by far the fastest and easiest things to promote, okay? Because people, when they're in the buying mode, they're ready to buy now. They want that product right now, And physical products, if you're an affiliate for like Amazon, or you have a shop store, an e-commerce store, there's physical products that are going to take, first of all, they're still charging for shipping unless they have a special where they buy so much, like $50 worth of products, and then they get free shipping. And then two, you have to wait on the time it takes wherever wherever in the world they're located. If they're international buyers, it's going to take up to 2 weeks. If they're in the U.S., it's going to take 3 days to a week or more to get that physical product. So when nowadays everybody wants things fast and they want to be able to put their hands on it right away. So a digital product to promote is by far a lot easier, not only for you but for the buyer. So keep yourself aware of the fact that when someone's in the buying mode, they're ready for, they want to download something right away. In fact, I went ahead and bought the PowerPoint latest version so that I could have the video capability, and it takes forever, but I did get it. They downloaded it for me remotely. I didn't even have to do anything to download it. They downloaded it all for me remotely from Microsoft. So that was like a plus for me. I didn't have to waste my time while they were doing that. I was doing something else. So But most products nowadays, even if they're a large product like Optimized Press, that was one I purchased a little while back, and it was just a huge file. And what they'll do in that case is allow you to download it in a zip file, what they call a zip file, and that zip file might contain over 1,000 documents or files that make the package run. So in that case there, we'd have to unzip it once we install it on our computers. Okay, so I think that wraps it up. We are at the end, finally, of video 3 of 3, learning the lingo, and this has all been common words and phrases that are used in affiliate marketing. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've gotten some value. More importantly, I hope that I've enlightened you on some things that occur in affiliate marketing, so that you can make educated decisions for moving forward. Okay, and then the next post I want to let you make you aware of right now, let you in on. I'm working on putting together a list of affiliates that you can work with freely, that you can start promoting things to right away, or for right away. But make sure that you have some way, or maybe we should talk about autoresponders first, but you're definitely going to need to invest in an autoresponder, and this is going to be a monthly expense for you. So we'll talk about, I think we'll talk about that next, because we need to go in there and give you a list of them at least, and then you can go through them and on your own and figure out which one's better than the other, or what you want it for, which one will do more for you. So I'm gonna say ciao for now, and I will talk to you soon. Hopefully in the next couple of days I'll have another blog post up. Okay, thank you for your time, people. Any questions, just leave comments in the comments section on the blog or on the YouTube channel, where this will be, along with the rest of them. Okay, thank you for now. Bye bye.